All right, let's go ahead and talk about adjustment layer masks and the use of clipping masks. So with adjustment layer masks and clipping masks, you have the ability to apply an effect to a single layer in Photoshop and then edit that effect later while preserving the original image. So it's really where we need to be going with your tools in Photoshop now. So no more just cutting things out and pasting them on new layers. You need to start adapting and changing things non-destructively versus destructively. So let me show you what I mean by that. Go ahead and open up an image called VW Bug Adjustment Layer Clipping.psd. You see I have it open right here in Photoshop. And to create an adjustment layer, we've done this many times in the past, but let's do it again now. Remember, it's this little black and white circle icon in the bottom of the layers panel. And when you hover over it, you'll see what it is, create a new filler adjustment layer. So what I want you to do is select the adjustment layer called Hue and Saturation. So you'll notice once you select that adjustment layer, it appears in your layers panel. So it's called Hue and Saturation, which is really convenient. And you'll notice that there is a mask linked to this adjustment layer. And here's where the power comes in. So before I show you how to mask it like we've been doing, like all other masks, let's go ahead and change the hue and saturation of this image. So I'm going to drag this hue slider over to pink. I'm going to make my bug pink. Oh, sorry, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going to drag it this way. I'm going to make it bright pink. All right. However, this is great. My bug is pink, but the problem here is that the background portion of this image is also pink. So using a mask, there's a couple of ways to tackle this by removing the hue and saturation adjustment layer from the background of this image. The long way to do it is you can always grab a paintbrush. And remember, if you have a white mask, you want to paint with black to subtract the hue and saturation from the mask. So I'm just going to do this really quick to show you. This is kind of a slower way to do it. Works too. So I can remove the background. You'll see that, those bright areas that were kind of turned into a pink tone are now going back to the original image background color, which is cool. And I'm releasing my mouse, and once I release my mouse, you'll see here's the area that I painted. All right, so that's one way that you can start to apply the adjustment layer to just a portion of the original image. So look, if I hide or reveal the mask, you can see the original orange bug and where I'm missing, changing and erasing or masking that background. All right, I'm going to Command Z or edit undo brush tool really quick because I want to show you another way that you can create a mask quickly. So another way you can do it is you can grab your quick selection tool and you can go ahead and quickly select the background. Keep in mind, this is not going to be perfect. It might grab some parts of the car that you don't want it to grab, but that's okay because remember, we can always go back in and edit it quickly. So I've just grabbed, I think, most of the background here. And what I'm going to do is go to Edit, Cut, or Command Z. So I'm going to cut out my selection or delete my selection that I've just made from the background. Oh, it didn't work, so you know why? Because I have to go down here and toggle my foreground and background. So I'm going to change that really quick so that the foreground is white and the background is black. And I'm going to go up to Edit. Let's see, where is Cut? Oh, sorry guys, I lost my selection. This is good because this is how we learn, folks. I'm gonna grab my background again really quick. Again, remember, you don't have to be perfect because that's the beauty of all this. So grabbing the background, and I'm also grabbing the wheels. I just noticed it grabbed some car that I don't want, but that's okay. All right, so now I have the background selected again. I have my foreground white, and I'm going to go to Edit, Cut. And what we just did was we created a really fast mask based off that selection. And then now's where the fun part comes in. I'm going to go ahead and grab my brush tool, and I'm going to clean up the areas that I don't want to be affected. So notice I'm painting with white right now on my mask, and nothing's happening. So that means I need to go back to my foreground and background, toggle, and I can start to remove the windows. And this is when you can go in and refine. And I also see that some of the orange by accident got added. So I don't want to use black, I want to use white, and I'm going to add the pink. So it's that toggle back and forth between the black and white foreground. So the erase or add to the mask. And now we have a really great hue and saturation mask. We haven't destroyed the original image. I can hide or reveal this. So if a client says, I want a pink bug, I can say, great, I have a pink bug. Or if they come back in really quick and say, actually, we want that bug to be blue, I can just highlight my hue and saturation layer with a mask, go down to the properties button and drag and change my car to blue. I can adjust the saturation so it looks a little more natural. And of course, I'm seeing some errors now where I want to go in and refine a little bit. I'm going to switch my paintbrush and fix my mask. So there you go. There's a mask using an adjustment layer. It's really, really helpful.